I think you're one of the largest board I've seen in quite a few biotechs.
We have 9 board members, and then we have a few observers.
Okay.
I was just on a panel earlier this week. The questions started with, how do you choose your board? How do you complement the expertise? And the first thing I said was, well, when you're a private company, your shareholders are your board. We are lucky to have also an independent chairman who I work very closely with, and we also have another independent scientist who has been with us basically since the beginning of the journey and who really, really understands our technology. So it works. It's big, but it works.
Can you share a bit on the board dynamics? Most companies have a board, but it can mean very different things. But in biotech, investors are pretty active, pretty hands-on the board. So can you elaborate on what's the dynamics for your board? What were some of your lessons?
So we operate through subcommittees. We have 3 subcommittees that are looking at different areas. So the committees do the work, and we update the committees on what's going on and where we need decisions. And then the chairs of those subcommittees then with the team present to the board. Of course, the new board brings in new dynamics. So the board has to get to know each other because some of the relationships are known, but in that context, most of the relationships are new. In the beginning, I had to put an extra effort to just make sure that we are, on one hand, comfortable with the information and communication. And on the other hand, this doesn't become my only focus because there is a balance to be made there. And I think when you talk about a Series C company that is running a global phase 2 trial, you have to believe that you have a management team in place who knows what they're doing. And the board's role is to oversee that and govern that and pressure test, but actually not run the company because that's the management job. As long as we actually do what we say we would, then that trust starts building. You create trust over time, right? If you're credible, if you do what you say you will do and you do it consistently, then the different board members become comfortable. And of course, some things are easier done than others. There, of course, are always questions. How about this? How about that? But you mentioned word focus. I do remind occasionally board, well, we can do all of that, but our priorities are 1, 2, and 3. There was one board meeting when I literally said, we can do 3 things well, and you want us to do 4, and you got to choose. I mean, again, the board is here. I think nobody on the board is here to be intentionally unhelpful or disruptive, but they're curious and they're excited about their new investment and they want to see data and they want to be in the loop. My job is to consolidate all of that and say, all right, we are going to address this and this. I had some training early in my career to prepare for that, and that was from my days at McKinsey. I went from grad school to a consultancy, and of course, this was a very different world. And the way that the teams operate within McKinsey, you have a team that is full-time on the study, and they collect everything. They're a depositor of all the knowledge, and then you have partners who waltz in a day a week and give support to the team. Like, these people are smart, they have seen a lot of things, and unless you're careful, they can easily become a firing missile, and if they're undirected, then that leads to explosions left and right. So one of the things that I was trained on is to control for that so that you get your attention to where you want it. Because we have hard questions to solve, and I think it would be quite interesting to claim that you can do everything yourself. Not at all. There is a reason why you want all these smart people to help you. So what I am trying to do is really focus people on the problem that I have. Sometimes that requires answering the questions that they have, but I am not shy in asking for help. I think the more you can use your board in a ways that they help you, the better. Because if not, they're going to come up with questions of their own, and then you will have to deal with that.